everybody. It is me, Jurassic Alt, here to say that today we are going to be talking about Tales from the Pizza Plex, Book 2, Story 1, and the story is called Help Wanted. I am very excited to talk about this story. There's a lot of things that I kind of want to throw out there. Some are kind of just obvious, and some are kind of my big theory at the end is there's potential, but let me get started. So here we go. Here is the summary of the story. So the summary of the story I'm going to give you is basically this story is about a guy who is basically trapped in a simulation made by Fazbear Entertainment because they needed 4 games. He rejected them the first time, basically made into a simulation. Now, I know that kind of sounds strange and odd, but it's Fazbear Entertainment, so what do you expect from them? But let's get started with this. So, I first off want to say the main character is named Steve. Steve, really is giving me the vibes of Scott Cawthon, the rogue indie developer. I don't know, I kind of got those vibes of, Steve is a person who wants to make games and has been making air quotes indie games. Just kind of got vibes off of that. So I believe that this story has sound disc because on page 16 it says, "The house may have been empty, but it was not silent. There was a soft, steady mechanical wiring sound. And then, so suddenly, it made Steve jump, a loud, high-pitched ring that hurt his ears and his brain." Personally, I kind of felt like that's the sound illusion disc because I know it didn't say that the sound illusion disc made a high-pitched noise, but I think this is supposed to be another, an upgraded version, because on page 17, it mentions it again, and I think the sound illusion disc is in the fire alarm, because it says here, "Before Steve could say anything else, there was another horrible high-pitched electric scream. He looked up in the direction of the sound, and saw the red light flashing on the smoke alarm. It was strange. He could neither see nor smell smoke, but lost his footing as the room began to spin faster and faster like a out-of-control merry-go-round." So I think that the sound illusion disc is in the fire alarm. And on page 50, he destroys it, and conveniently, all the sound goes out, or the illusion goes up. Steve looked at the smoke detector mounted on the ceiling in the living room. Something inside of him said, "If you disable the smoke alarm, the sound will stop." As the ringing in his head continued, he grabbed the poker from the fire pit and hit the smoke alarm with it until he could knock it down on the floor. He continued beating it with the poker and then jumped up and down on it several times for good measure until he smashed it into pieces. At first it was silence and relief. But then Steve became aware that, although it was silent in his head, he was still surrounded by noise. It's very clear that the sound illusion disc is at play here. So now let's go on to the theory part. So the story seems like it's about being in a simulation and kind of just trapped in, air quotes, your own little world. What if Fazbear Entertainment made this, air quotes, little simulation world and kept Burnt Trap down below in the pizzeria? Now, I know that kind of just sounds very far-fetched and just kind of really out there, but what if I want to present 2 things, because it might just be that Vanessa knew that Afton was down there, but it could also mean that Fazbear Entertainment knew that Burnt Trap was down there, and it was kind of a group effort, and only certain people were allowed to keep him contained. But I want to present this potential theory of Vanessa helped possibly keep Afton down there. Now, I kind of know that sounds really off. Let me explain. So on page 52, there's a quote from the book that really, really stood out to me. The quote is, "The children were robots too, smaller ones, but also with plastic mask face with wide robotic eyes and exposed mechanical parts." Now, if you are a nerd like me and you take notes on literally every little stupid detail, that may seem like nothing to you. But if you remember, like a couple months ago, we got, air quotes, leaked emails from Freddy Fazbear Entertainment. And I wrote them down, and I was like, I was originally going to make a video on them, but like, they're kind of super old now, and they're probably going to come back to haunt me. But one of the leaked emails, air quotes, leaked emails, if you have them, you can check my sources. I don't know if they're canon. I hope to God they're still canon. But, main story 28. Hey Ness, hope things are good. I saw you ordered 3 lifelike human male rubber masks, and I was dying to ask what they were for. Was my screenplay guess right? Are you making a movie, or putting together some kind of performance? Now, why would Vanessa be needing to buy rubber masks? See, at first when I heard this, I thought she was buying rubber masks to kind of help Afton to make an actual human body, or as close as to a real human body. But now I think about it, what if she just was trying to like make a simulation of Afton's family to make it seem like his family was still alive? Now, you're probably thinking, why would Vanessa need to make why would she want to have him trapped down there? Well, technically, she's not fully in control by Afton at this point. In the leaked emails, main story 17, it mentions, so the word compliance by itself isn't going to set off any red flag, but the sentence how to induce compliance in human subjects and how to induce self-compliance did actually get my attention. I think the answer might involve chocolate chip cookies. Always works on me. I also thought it was strange that these were immediately followed up by searches that couldn't possibly have any relevant answer for you. Did you search for help by itself? Now, that sounds awfully just like it shows that Vanessa was trying to get out. Yes, I know it's glitch trap and not exactly Afton, but technically it is Afton. It's just a part of him. Yes, it's an AI of Afton, but maybe the AI of Afton led back to Burnt Trap. But I don't know. I definitely think this is supposed to, and that would kind of explain why we see staff bots down there. Like, that would explain why we would just randomly see staff bots just kind of patrolling, making sure no one gets in or out of there. And that would also kind of make sense of Vanessa was trying to hold Afton back from controlling her, and clearly it didn't work. And so now Afton had a way in, hence the leaked emails mainly talking about a virus getting in and taking control, which means Afton has control. Which also, I want to mention, Afton probably made Vanessa, or Vanny, bring down the Glamrock animatronics to have it that they were fully controlled, but Freddy didn't fully make it out. I definitely do think Vanessa is the one who brought down the Glamrock animatronics when Glamrock Freddy says this line. I mean, who else is he talking about? He's for sure not talking about, like, Eleanor. But I well, maybe he's talking about I mean, Frailty, I kind of got the vibe of Eleanor is still is still air quotes here because she has a whole room dedicated to herself, and Frailty was kind of hinting at that she might be still alive. But I will talk about book 1 later. So, now let's get to the timeline bit. So, I'm going to put this story, Help Wanted, at the beginning of the timeline because right now, this is going to be the earliest iteration of this book series. So, yeah. The next story I'm very excited to talk about because there is some stuff that I want to talk about. Thank you so much for watching. I'm not really good at this. If I'm being honest, this is my first time actually doing like a full-on theory video. I'm nervous because like I don't ever read from a script. I take notes in my head. I don't ever take physical notes and actually have to read out notes. I'm usually just kind of wing it. I don't do the script, and I need to be using the script. But I'm really excited for this next book. Story 3 is I'm so excited to talk about story 3. Story 2, kind of just it's gonna be good. There's not very much I'm going off of, but I have some theories there. But it's very clear what they're doing for story 3 in this book, B7, and then the epilogue. Very excited to talk about the epilogue, but next theory video should be out next Tuesday. Yeah. This month, I'm going to be posting a hell of a lot of stuff. I know it's not usually like me to just all of a sudden post a ton of stuff and then go dead for months and then just start posting stuff again. I've been busy with my personal life, getting back into school and all of that. So it's kind of been busy. I'm sorry I've been dead for so long. There are going to be more memes coming out. This month's going to be so much stuff coming out. I have so much stuff. I am so excited to bring out some projects that I've been working hard on. Should be coming out later this month. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. It means so much to me. You took the time out of your day to watch this video. And I just want to say, guys, thank you so much for watching. And remember, peanut butter, avocados, and pizza. I don't know.